Okay, today we're going to do some maintenance items, specifically some air filters on a Civic, so come along. Alright, got a 10th generation Civic here. We're going to do the air filters. So we're going to do the engine air filter and we're going to do the cabin filter. I'll just do them both in one video and you can see how to do it. And sorry about the cooler noise, it's hot out, I got to run it today. Alright, we'll do the engine air filter first. So first thing we'll do is we'll pop the hood. We'll just come in here. We're going to grab this and pull it straight out. Just remember, on most of the time Civics, they pull straight out. Accords, they're going to flip. If you do it wrong, you can break these. Alright, we're just going to reach under the hood, find the little lever there. Where is it? There we go, right there. Pull it over, grab our hood stand, and stand it up. And you can see, I think it was out of frame. That's where the hood stand goes, right where that arrow is. And then if we needed to do more maintenance on it, we could put this down here and that will stand this hood straight up. But we don't need to do that today. Alright, here's our housing right here for our air filter. Now this is a 2.0 engine. If you have a 1.5 liter, it's going to be a little different configuration, but it'll be somewhat similar, but not exact. But on this 2.0, we just got these two little metal tabs there that we got to release, and then we can kind of shimmy this up and pull it towards me just a little bit, and it should release. And of course, as soon as I say that, it doesn't want to. There we go. There's two little tabs. Hopefully you can see it. There's one right here and one right here, and they fit in these two little housings at the bottom. And there's our air filter right there. This one's pretty dirty. I'd say it was time to replace it. Alright, now before we put any new air filters in there, you see all that crap in there? I'm going to grab the shop vac and vacuum it up. And I think I'll clean up all that crap too. That is not good. Alright, now that it's cleaned up in there and over there, let's go grab the new filter. Alright, for the filter in the engine, we're going with an actual genuine OEM. You can see that it is the same exact part, just a lot newer. There's the part number for this model. And like I said, different engines are going to take different filters. You always got to double check for your application. Alright, now as you can see, the filter goes in like this. So this little right angle, you'll see it mates up like that towards the inside of the car. And we want to make sure this little tab here goes right here. As long as we got that in the right spot, we know we're good. Now don't stress this too much. We don't want to put too much stress on your mass airflow sensor there. So we just need to set it in place and make sure it seats down in there nicely, so this rubber gasket's down there nicely. Now we just got to stick these 2 feet down in the back there. We got to make sure they line up. You just kind of push it forward and then down, and these will snap back into place. So if we did it right, they'll be easy to push in. If it's not lined up correctly, these will be really tight to push on, and stop, back up, find out why it's not lining up. And you can see, quick wipe down with a rag. Engine looks brand new again. This vehicle is way too new to be looking as crappy as it did. Looks a lot better now. And when you grab the rod, listen to what they say. Grab the foam right here so you're not burning your hands, especially if you live out in the desert where I do. We just make sure to clip this back in place right there. And then usually 6 to 8 inches, drop it. It'll be good. Alright, now for the cabin filter, it's going to be up behind the glove box in there. So I'll open the door and we'll get inside. Alright, now to get in there, we just need to drop the glove box, and then on most Hondas, we can just simply squeeze the sides right here and it'll drop down. Some have a little brace right here that we have to push and disconnect. These don't have that. You can just squeeze it in and drop it down. That's it. We just got to get it past these little rubber stops. We can leave it down like this, and then I'll show you right now. I think I got to get a flashlight and I'll show you where the filter is. Okay, and now just going up under the dash, you can see right where our opening is. You can see right here, there's the panel. That's what we got to take off. And there's a little tab right here where my finger is on that side, and there should be one, yeah, right there. We just got to squeeze them both at the same time and take this door off, or cover I should say, and then the filter's behind it. Some of them, there's a whole tray that comes out. This one, it's just a cover, and then the filter just sits inside there. Alright, now I'm just going to reach in there, squeeze the two tabs, and take this off. You can see that's what I'm squeezing right there. And right in there, there's our filter. Now we just, whoops, where'd you go? We just need to make note, you can see how the airflow is pointing down towards the blower motor. That's how this cap needs to go back on, and that's how our air filter needs to go back in, with the arrows in the same direction. Now we should be able to just reach in here, kind of grab it and pull it. It'll kind of cock down and then come out. And there we go. Yeah, can you see? This one's pretty darn dirty. I think it's ready to be replaced too. Let's get the new one. Alright, now that I got the old one out on the bench, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but this thing was definitely ready to be replaced. So we're going to go ahead and replace it with a brand new OEM one, and just make sure it's the same exact size, and you can see it is. Like always, double check for your application, but this is going to be the part number for this vehicle. And while I'm thinking of it, they do have a maintenance minder that I'm going to have to reset that tells you when to change these. Usually it'll pop up on your display, so I'm going to reset that. But just my own cars, what I do, about once every 15,000 miles I replace the engine filter, and then for the cabin filters I do it once a year, or around 12 to 15,000 miles, but at least once a year I like to replace these. So that's when I do it. I don't wait for maintenance minders to tell me. And just like the cover, you can see that our air filters also tell us which way the airflow is supposed to be going, down towards the blower motor. So this is exactly how we're going to install it back in the vehicle. And although I'm using genuine OEM filters today, I do use aftermarket stuff also. Typically, if I use aftermarket air filters, I'm going to go with TYC. I like TYC for cabin filters. And then if I'm going to go aftermarket on the engine air filter, I like to use Denso. Typically you can find those on places like Amazon or Rock Auto, things like that. You can look online, you can usually find them, but I generally like to stick to either TYC or Denso for this stuff. Now this is a good time with the cabin air filter out. Look in there at your blower motor. Make sure you don't have a bunch of crap and stuff in there. Once we're fairly confident we're nice and clear, we can take our filter with the airflow going in the proper direction, and we can just kind of slide it back in. And you can see it goes back home. It kind of slides at an angle and then it'll pop up right where it's supposed to be. Now we can put the cover back on. Alright, we take our cover and we make sure our airflow is going the right way, and we can just put it up here into place. I'm actually looking through the viewfinder. Let's see if I can do this. There we go, and we snap it into place, and we grab our flashlight, and then we can put the glove compartment up. Now while I'm thinking of it, if you really wanted to, the glove compartment actually just snaps right apart or snaps right off if you really wanted to take it off, but there's really no need when you're doing this type of job. Now we should be able to just bring it up and they'll just find its home and we're good to go. Alright, now the air filters are part of the maintenance minder system on these newer Hondas, and because we replaced them, we got to tell the car we replaced them. We got to reset the maintenance minder. Now I don't want to reset the whole thing. I'm just going to use my scan tool. We're going to reset maintenance sub item number 2, which is the air cleaner and the dust and pollen filter, and also part of it is you're supposed to inspect the drive belt, which I did, and it's fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook my scan tool up and we're going to clear number 2. Alright, from the driver's seat, we're going to go right under here and we're going to look for the data link connector. The 16-pin data link connector right here. I'm just going to take my scan tool. Now I have a Bluetooth scan tool, so I just need to connect this to it, and then I can do it wirelessly right from the bench. So I'll get this hooked up and we'll go over to the bench. And we got the key in here right there, so we just need to turn the car on, not start the engine, but we just need to at least make sure all that stuff comes on. And I believe you can reset the maintenance minder from here too, but I always use a scan tool. Alright, I'm just going to use my Autel. This is an Autel MaxiSys MS906BT for Bluetooth. We're just going to pick Honda. I'm going to go in there and we're just going to clear that maintenance item number 2. What's nice about these newer cars, we can read the VIN. I don't have to plug it in. I don't have to type it in, I should say. Now we're going to go into body electrical and then gauges, or gauge. And it is gauges. I was right the first time. And we want adjustment. Right there. We're going to adjust it. We're going to do maintenance information. And we want some sub item number 2. And item number 2, we're going to go right there. Yeah. And air cleaner, dust and pollen filter, yep, look for the belts. That's what we did. We're going to hit OK. Complete reset. There we go. Good to go. And what the heck, while we're here, do a whole full system scan. You can see you don't have any faults in any system. This car is good to go. Yes, we want to exit. And of course, we got to remember, turn our fancy push to start off and get our VCI so we can work on another car. Well, there you go. That's how you change the air filters on a 10th generation Civic. Pretty good DIY job. Save yourself some money. If you've ever gone to the dealer, probably quote you an insane amount to replace those 2 filters. So it's definitely something you can do at home. Good weekend project. If you don't have a scan tool to reset it, reset the maintenance minder like I did, usually you can look in your owner's manual and they'll tell you how to do it right through the dash. If you don't do it, eventually it's just going to pop up and tell you to do it at probably the wrong interval, and then you could just clear it at that time. It's not going to be the end of the world as long as you're keeping track of it and and not letting the maintenance minder. Otherwise, hey, if the video helped you out, you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.